Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts. This is a Q&A episode, so we can actually get right to it, alright? So this first question comes from Brendan from Morris, New York. Do you think Giganotosaurus and Carcharodontosaurus will ever appear in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? Well, I would say from looking at how this movie has actually been getting out to the press, is that it seems like that those two dinosaurs might not. Now, if we did see like a scene of like InGen's like say full list of dinosaurs that they probably do have in terms of DNA, then I would actually say it's a possibility that they possibly could have created Giganotosaurus and Carcharodontosaurus if they had to. But my best guess is that they probably did not. They probably will not show those dinosaurs because, well, one, those dinosaurs are probably still looking for pretty much those types of dinosaurs are still going to have a little bit more time for the public to actually try to get used to the distance between Gorgosaurus and Daspletosaurus. Do you think it's possible that there may have been crossbreeding between the two and produce a Tyrannosauridae hybrid? Thanks. Well, yes, Gorgosaurus and Daspletosaurus did actually live at the same time, because we actually know that the rocks dating back at that time around, say, 75 to 70 million years ago is where we do see these dinosaurs actually probably living in the same time. But then it comes to the question is, are these dinosaurs actually specialized in whatever kind of prey that they can actually capture? And I think is that probably Gorgosaurus was probably more designed to actually tackle down the Hadrosaurs, whereas Daspletosaurus was probably more designed to actually take down the Ceratopsians, because Daspletosaurus is a more robust type of Tyrannosaur, whereas Gorgosaurus is a more slender Tyrannosaur. So that's why Gorgosaurus is actually one of the fastest Tyrannosaurs that we can know about. And so, if this food supply is actually low, and if they did not actually move along with the herbivores in terms of the migratory patterns, then I would say, could it possibly be that, like one Gorgosaurus and one Daspletosaurus all of a sudden started mating with each other in terms of crossbreeding? But I think it actually comes down to genetics. If your genetic pattern is actually much different, is actually if Gorgosaurus's genetics is actually showing that it cannot crossbreed with Daspletosaurus, then it would actually be more likely that their possibility could be a Tyrannosaur that was like a Tyrannosaur hybrid. But even though it would have probably been like a sterile Tyrannosaur, it could not mate, it could not actually have any sexual organs necessary to actually reproduce. Because if you look at mules, it's a cross between a donkey and a horse, and so mules are actually very sterile, so they don't mate whatsoever. It's because they don't have the reproductive organs necessary to actually reproduce, and so it's because it was pretty much by man that actually did those things. But even though in the wild it'd probably be very unlikely that those two ever came in contact with each other, but even though with Gorgosaurus and Daspletosaurus, they probably had different niches in their predatory behaviors, and so that would actually be a little bit of a stretch. But even though it might have happened if there was like limited food supply, that there was no dinosaur within the same species of each other that are actually around them, and so that probably actually could be the case. But then it's just highly unlikely. So I would actually say it's highly unlikely that we probably might have seen a Tyrannosaur hybrid out there. But even though the fossil record would not show us that, it would actually show that like certain predators actually have certain niches in terms of what kind of prey that they actually can go after, and also where are they coming from. And so Daspletosaurus is more of a southern type of dinosaur, so southern type of dinosaur, where you have northern parts of North America all the way down to Colorado, whereas Gorgosaurus is from like northern parts of North America, northern parts of the United States, to actually as far up as Alaska. And so that probably is more like, say, Gorgosaurus is more of like a Montana and Canadian type of dinosaur, whereas Daspletosaurus is more of a United States type of dinosaur. And so that could actually be the case there. But even though Daspletosaurus fossils have been found close to Alberta, Canada, so that could actually be the case, is that Daspletosaurus might have actually approached Canada, but even though it's going to be hard to determine whether or not they probably did. And so you never know. You never know what could happen, but the fossil record will never show us any type of hybridization going on. And so, but even though if it did happen, we might have seen one already if it actually ever came up. All right, that's it for now. Next week would actually this coming week on Friday, I'll actually be doing a new special episode. So let me know what kind of prehistoric animal you want me to talk about, whether if it's a dinosaur, prehistoric mammal, reptile, or any type of prehistoric animal you want me to talk about, and I can actually do that for you and put it on video. And so just let me know about that by emailing me at dinochris71@gmail.com, or otherwise post it on the Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. And you could still send me questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochris71@gmail.com, or just go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you can actually post your questions on the wall or even in the comments section on any Facebook post. But remember, keep your questions short and to the point. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSJILL. That's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there. Also, take care of the people around you. And also, for your younger people out there, then make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. So, best motivation you can have a good education. It's very important to have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. All right, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys this coming Friday.